guys, welcome back. Today we're solving systems of equations by substitution, but now we have three different variables. I'm sure you're already a master at solving systems, but with only x and y, or just two different variables rather than three. The idea is the same, but it's a little more time consuming. Everything will be okay. So the good thing is the first example here, we have z already given to us, so we don't have to go out of our way to solve for z. So z is right there, simply z equals 5. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. So I will plug in z equals 5 for both equations, for this one and also this one. Okay, so I have right there. So I'm substituting, instead of writing z, I'm plugging in 5 right there for z. And here I'm just going to put it in standard form. So I add 10 to both sides. Okay. And then I'm also plugging in z equals 5 for this equation right here. And I'll go ahead and rewrite this in standard form by adding 15 to both sides. Okay, so now I'm at luck because I have just the basic two variables system right here. So I'm going to write it out in a way that you're familiar with. And you've been doing this since Algebra 1, so you can do it with your eyes closed. So this is my new system. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use substitution to solve my new two variable system like we've been doing. Okay, so I'm going to solve for a variable. I will solve for y just because you could have solved for x for all I care. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to solve for y in this function right here. So I have negative x plus y is 14. So I'm going to add x to both sides. I am isolating y. Okay, so step 2, I'm going to plug that in the other function. I'm going to plug that in right there and solve for x. Substitute and solve. So you have to substitute in the second equation or in a different equation. You can't just substitute in itself. Okay, so now that I know y is this, I'll go ahead and plug that in for y. Distribute negative 2. Combine like terms. And at the same step, I'll go ahead and add 28 to both sides. Divide by negative 5. So now I have z that was given to me. I have x. Now look at that. I just need to find y. That is not as bad as it looks, huh? So find y. So I have y equals x plus 14. I already know x is negative 5. Therefore, I know y is 9. I have y, x, y, and z. Don't go through all this work and forget to write the answer, okay? So solution, we're going to write the answer as a point. Negative 5 for x, 9, and 5. Okay, second example is not that pretty, but now we have the basics down. We understand what we're doing. So it's just adding another step. Okay, so this time we don't have just a simple value for the variable. Okay, now my variable is an expression. Okay, so when you're substituting, we're still following the same idea. We're going to substitute in the other two equations, but instead of being a simple number, we're going to have a full expression. It's just more work, but it's the same idea. So don't panic there. So I will substitute x into the other equations. Okay, so substituting in the first one, distribute -2. Combine like terms. And at the same step, I'm going to subtract 32 from both sides. -32 and -25. It's -57. Okay, so this is my new equation right there. Okay, now go ahead and do the same for the third one. If you want to label, you can do that. So you can do, I don't know, ABC. If you want to do 1, 2, 3, you can do that too. So this is my new B equation. Okay, just so you know that you used A to substitute that in B. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for the C equation. There's nothing to distribute, so I will just combine like terms. And at the same time, I will go ahead and add 16 to both sides. So plus 16, -39, combined, -23. So this is the C equation. So now I have my new system. We are really good at solving systems of two variables. So you can choose to do it by substitution. I'm going to do it by elimination, just because as soon as I look at y, I know if I multiply the second equation by 3, -3, excuse me, -3, I will be able to eliminate the variable right there. Okay, so here we go. The first equation remains the same. I'm not doing anything with that. I'm just copying it down, getting ready to use elimination here. So multiply the whole entire equation by -3. So by elimination. That way you know. So when I add those two equations together, -6y plus 6y, I have 0y. Continue adding. Okay, divide both sides by -12. Z equals -1. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Now I need to find x and I need to find y. I will go ahead and find x just because it's already solved for me right there. And now I know. Just kidding. I need y I cannot find x until I find y because, voila. So, backtrack here. So I will find y right here. I'll go ahead and plug in z equals -1 in the other equation. So you just choose one. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer. I'm just going to choose the first one just because. -6y plus 3, z is -1. Add 3 to both sides. That leaves you with -54. Divide by -6 on both sides. Now you have y equals 9. The last variable you need to find is x. X is already solved for. I know x equals y minus 16. And now I know y is 9. So go ahead and substitute 9 right there for y. And that will give your last variable. That is -7. Please, please, please remember to write the solution. So -7 for x, 9 for y, -1 for z. If you want to take a break from the video, stop taking notes for a minute, work on your independent practice, you can go for it. If you think you want to keep going, I have one more example that is a little bit different than the others. But we're still doing the same idea. The difference between example 3 and example 2 is I will have to isolate a variable here. It doesn't matter which one you choose, but don't work hard, just work smart, okay? Choose an easy variable to solve for, and that will be your starting point. But if you want to take a break and start practicing the easy steps that we've done, go for it. If you want to keep on working on your notes, let's do that too. So first thing we need to do, we need to isolate a variable. And I'm going to choose to solve for x on this one just because as soon as I see 7x, -10x, I read more work. I don't want to do more work. Okay, so I'm isolating x from the b equation. Okay, so starting at b right there, I have, this is my original equation. I will isolate x by subtracting y from both sides and adding z to both sides. So I have -y plus z plus 90. That's plus there, sorry about that. Okay, now I will do the same thing that I did from example 2. I will go ahead and substitute in both A equation and C equation. So substitute into A equation. Okay, so this is A equation. Not a random equation, but this equation right there. I know x is all that stuff, so I'm going to get this, and instead of writing x, I'm going to write what x really means. Distribute 7. It's not plus 27, sorry about that, equals 27. Woo, crazy. Okay, combine like terms. So I have y right here, that's -6y. I have z right there, that's -3z. And you need to subtract 630 from both sides. That is negative 603. Okay, so this is your new A equation. We're going to do the same thing for C equation. And X is right there. And then I'm right here. Distribute negative 10. Combine like terms. I have these guys right here, 10y and 3y. I have z right there. And you will add 900 to both sides. Okay, so now I have a two variable system. This is my new system. And this is the other equation. Three, 6. Okay, now if I solve by substitution here, I can just go ahead and solve for y. So by substitution, if you want to do elimination, go for it. So I will isolate y from this one. So 13y minus 13x, not x, z. So I have to add 13z to both sides. Divide both sides by 13. Yay! So now I go back and I find the value. Do I know what z is? That's what I'm going to find. So you have the y expression right there. Y is not a full solid number. Y is this whole expression here. So I'll go back and you plug that in on the first equation to find z. So find z. So this is my original, or at this point is the original. So you're going to substitute this whole thing right there for this y. Distribute negative 6. Combine z. Add 432. Divide by negative 9. We're getting somewhere. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. You got this. We're almost done. So now that we have z, I can just easily come back and find y. So find y. I know y is z plus 72. I know z is 19. Therefore, I know y is 91. Don't give up. Last one. I need to find x. So find x. X is already by itself right there from the very beginning. Okay? So trust yourself and use that equation that is already solved for. Y equals x equals negative y plus z plus 90. I know you want to give up. Hang on. We're almost done. Plus z is 19 plus 90. Add them all up. Easy. This whole thing is not easy. Each question will take you about 5-10 minutes after you get the hang of it. But it's okay. You got this. So x is 18, y is 91, and z is 19. I believe in you guys. Keep working.